Is there intelligent life in the rest of the universe outside of our own planet? Why did CBS deem it necessary to afford James Corden 8 years for his terminally unfunny late show? And why can't Disney crack a simple script for Blade? These are but a few of life's greatest quandaries, and while I won't be answering or even probing some of those questions, and the one about intelligent life in the rest of the universe, it might make you doubt if there's even any intelligent life on our own planet. But we're going to focus in on Blade because it's such a remarkable phenomenon that we find ourselves in. Because 6 years back, Kevin Feige brought Mahershala Ali on stage to announce that, hey guys, Blade is coming to the MCU. And then post-credit scene for The Eternals. Nobody watched it, so nobody will remember. But he was in full costume, and it was teased that, hey guys, Blade is still coming. And here we are in 2025, and we're about to get a Mahershala Ali project, but it's going to be Jurassic World Rebirth, which ostensibly, there were concerns, right? Like, we've heard different leaks about whatever permutation the script for Blade was ultimately going to look like. It was going to be apparently, right, like it was going to be a throwback to the 1930s where it was going to have a whole bunch of race allegory over the top of it about how oppressed black people are and how Blade, the Daywalker, he was going to be like the third most important person behind two other strong, empowered black women in his own movie, which seems very plausible for the current stages of the MCU. But that ended up getting scuttled because Ryan Coogler, somebody who Marvel is very keen on co-promoting with because he's an executive producer on Ironheart. It's so funny they don't want to tell you about who's starring in the film or who's starring in the series, who's actually directing it. But hey, Ryan Coogler with Sinners, oh my god, that was a big gangbusters hit. But that apparently threw a wrench in Disney's plans because they didn't want to overlap with Sinners, so they scrapped that idea for Blade, but still couldn't get down to the basics of, hey, we got a cool vampire hunter and he wants to kill vampires. Why can't you make that work? Okay, and you've also got an incredibly talented, very marketable star who's willing to go through the rigmarole of an MCU project, so how can't you make this work? But even with all of this, even with the rumors, a couple of years ago prior to Ali getting casted, we heard that he still wanted to be part of the project, okay, even with a revolving door in the writing room and in the director's chair. He was still wanting to make this happen, but also at the same time, he's like, well, okay, wishes and dreams don't exactly pay the bills, so I have to go over to Universal and make this dinosaur pick here real quick. So can you guys figure out who's going to be working on this stuff? So by the time that my schedule cleans up, we can get into production on this. And here we are a couple years later, and we're no further along. Fucking wild, huh? And it's so funny, right? Because he's about to be in that Jurassic World film, and he's very likely to go through the character arc that Blade would have at one point or another, getting usurped by a girl boss. But this time, instead of just a young black woman, it's going to be a post-wall saggy Scarjo. Oh well, but Mahershala Ali still wants to film Blade. Call Marvel. Let them know I'm ready. It's been nearly 6 years since Mahershala Ali stepped out on stage during Marvel Studios' Hall H presentation, something they won't be doing this year. Very interesting, huh? It's funny, because last year they announced that RDJ, I can't believe that was only last year, but yeah, no, they stepped out on stage and made all that rigmarole that, oh my god, guys, the Avengers, and we're going to have Doomsday, we're going to have Secret Wars, it's all going to be great, but this time around, they don't have anything to pump until, well, they could do Spider-Man 4, but because Sony's going to be taking a lion's share of those revenues, they're just simply footing the bill on that. They, again, don't have anything to promote until, they can come out and go, hey guys, pay attention to Wonder Man. You'll like that, I think. And hey, what about Untitled Marvel movie coming out in 2028? That'll be fun alongside the 3 other Marvel films, because we're focusing on quality, not quantity over here at the MCU now. But yes, he announced that the 2-time Oscar-winning actor would be playing the Vampire Slayer Blade, rebooting the character first originated on screen by Wesley Snipes. And it's so funny, right? Because, that was 6 years ago, 2019, San Diego Comic-Con. And we've had more Wesley Snipes Blade content than Mahershala Ali Blade content. wild, man. Since then, the project, yes, has dropped numerous directors, lost cast members, and faced several delays. But even though all the turbulent development, Ali tells Variety he's still keen to start filming on Blade. Call Marvel, Ali said during the New York premiere of his new film Jurassic World Rebirth, which, debuts, oh god, when is this one coming out? So by this time next week, you're gonna have Jurassic World Afterbirth all up in ya. I'm sure it's gonna suck, but hey, life finds a way, so hey, this could be good. Then again, shite also finds a way. The actor, yes, kept his answer brief when asked when Blade production could start. He's like, I'm ready. Let them know I'm ready. Marvel Studios first announced Blade in 2019 alongside other projects like WandaVision, Loki, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and movies like The Eternals, Shang-Chi, Legend of the Ten Rings, Doctor Strange, and the Multiverse of Madness. And all of them have come out. And all of them have soured in public perception, and the ability for Marvel to be able to do a Blade movie has, of course, soured in public perception. If they're even still aware that, oh yeah, right, they announced that back in the day, huh? That's interesting. Last October, Disney removed Blade from its release calendar altogether, taking it off, the November 7th, 2025 release date. Yeah, that came after numerous delays. The film's first official release date was November 3rd, 2023. Wasn't that great, guys? Wasn't that great when it came out on November 3rd? Oh, right. No, that's when The Marvels ended up coming out. Great. A film that, at this point in time, I'm pretty sure Blade has probably been more profitable than The Marvels has. Anyways, the project, first saw filmmaker Bassam Tariq sign on to direct the movie before he exited in September of 2022. Roughly 2 months before the planned production start. Since then, director Jan de Manger, has also joined and exited. Actors, the next James Bond, Aaron Pierre, and Delroy Lindo, sure, have reportedly attached to star alongside Ali, but both have since revealed that they have literally other things to do and they don't want to be tied down for like the next decade to decide whether or not you guys are going to film this shit. Because one's got to pretend to be British long enough to be a 00 and kill what's remaining of the franchise, and the other one, I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know who the guy is to make a joke about him. Okay, it was really exciting conceptually, but it was also exciting in terms of the character that was going to form, and then for whatever reason it just went off the rails. Lindo told Entertainment Weekly about the project back in April. Oh, really? Okay. But back in November, Feige still said that Marvel Studios was still committed to Blade. Speaking at D23 Brazil, we love the character. We love Mahershala Ali's take on him. What? No, we haven't seen fuck all. There was the one post-credit scene, and that's it, okay? Rest assured, whenever we change direction with the project, we're still figuring out how it fits into our schedule. We let the audience know. You're all up to date on what's happening, which is so hilarious, right? Because is there a director on the project? I think somebody's been earmarked, but then again, somebody's also been tapped to reboot X-Men, which instills absolutely zero faith in me moving forward. But yeah, for as much as I'm I'm tentatively interested into what they're ultimately going to do with the X-Men. I'm not excited for the movie. I just want to see how pathetic it's going to be when it comes to casting, and especially with the guy who brought you the wonderful, amazing movie, the return to form, the best Marvel movie since the last Marvel movie, Jake Schreier helming X-Men. So I just want to see how awful it's going to be. But as somebody who really liked the first couple of Blade movies and has a soft spot in their heart for Trinity, as goofy as it is, I really want a good Blade movie, because Blade is awesome, man. Like, during the days of Marvel Ultimate Alliance, he was always on my team. Like, I would have Spider-Man, Wolverine, Blade, Ghost Rider in the second one, or was he in the first one? And like Sentinel. I really liked all of the Fox projects, for Marvel. Not Sentinel, Colossus, sorry. My mistake. And yeah, when it comes to Fox projects, it's like Deadpool has never done anything for me. These unserious, jokey characters always make me want to, get taken care of by Blade, because it's a really simple concept, man. It's super simple, especially when you have actual creatives, people that have worked on these types of projects, and hell, different iterations of Blade before, offering to work on your project, and especially with somebody who has such a pedigree as David S. Goyer, a guy who knows a thing or two about crafting a successful superhero movie, offered, to to work on the Blade reboot, but Marvel's like, no, we're not really concerned about making a good Blade thing. Marvel turned him down. Okay, and I don't really care about the rest of the Sandman stuff and his take on Neil Gaiman wanting to fuck bitches by buttering up his crank. But yes, David Goyer will help make the new Blade movie. Disney and Marvel just have to let him. It's so funny. About 8 months ago, when not the latest hiccup hit, but like the prior hiccup, I had so many people that would say to me, dude, would you get in there on Blade? Would you just get in there? Whether it be friends or fans or people on social media. Goyer, who wrote, the 1998 Blade starring Wesley Snipes. Yeah, a movie that was, let's just say a little bit important to the health and welfare of Marvel at the time, widely regarded as the only reason that the company stayed out of bankruptcy. Yes, I told Variety in an interview in May 29th. Okay. Just after Goyer had said on the red carpet that Marvel should give him a call if they needed help on the project. Turns out Goyer had already offered his services, by that point, and had been turned down. God, they're so fucking dumb, dude. And I wasn't even really thinking about it, but then I had my agent call Marvel and say, do you guys need any help? And they said, we love you. Oh, see, they love you. They love Blade, too. But we think we've cracked it now, and we're in a good place. And then the latest thing happened, and so, no, they haven't contacted me. Goyer doesn't know the behind the scenes of it as what's delaying this iteration of Blade, but says he might consider writing the script if Marvel ever does call, even though he's largely out of the superhero game these days. But yeah, I might consider it because I love the character and it's sort of started my superhero career. Yeah, this is the guy who worked on the Blade trilogy. Also, well, I won't hold this against him, but Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, but also a little thing called the Dark Knight trilogy. I just want to know how much he was in the writer's room for Dark Knight Rises, because just the sheer quality drop off from like Batman Begins and the Dark Knight, which are two like seminal superhero works, but Dark Knight Rises is just such an unmitigated pile of shit. It's like, what the fuck happened there? But even though now I'm considered a DC guy, I got started as a Marvel guy, I would consider it. And yeah, even in the comics, like, authors and writers authors, artists, writers, they just jump from company to company all the time, so it's not really a problem. I would consider it. It would be fun to return to that world. And that being said, I'm pretty much otherwise 99% done with the superheroes. I love this stuff. I watch all the movies, and I've just done so much of the world. But yeah, I would consider it just for old time's sake. So yeah, there's people, like good, accomplished people, banging down the door to make this a Blade movie a success. But Marvel's like, nope, we have an idea of what we want to do with the project, and it's mostly just simply sit on it and fucking spin. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.